Hey guys, it's Alana. Thanks for coming to hang out today. I thought we could have a little chat about Q1 of 2023, about resetting some life things, goals, productivity, and switching up a whole new routine and trying to just get back to being myself again. This one's going to be a little bit more chatty, a little bit more involved, longer and less decorative than most of my planner videos. If that's not your thing, totally cool, totally fine. We can catch you in the next one. But I've been through some things, and I know that some of you have been through some things as well. So I thought that if this video could help even just one person, then it's worth it. So the bulk of what I want to share with you guys and talk about and go over today is in my Passion Planner weekly planner. This has been my wellness planner / journal and tracker since the beginning of the year. It's been not working, and we're going to go over that. But also, I'm going to share with you guys how I'm going to be changing my routine, kind of streamlining things, condensing it down, and how it's going to go into my Passion Planner daily as well. So we're going to go over that at the end and tie it all together in a nice little bow. So we're going to start right here. This is the current week in my Passion Planner. Yeah, that's a lot of words. And I'm going to try to keep this as brief and concise as possible for you guys. We're not going to go over every single word on this page. This is my personal plan and routine and changes I am making to my life. So we're going to just go over it. Not briefly, but going to go over it in as simple a way to understand as possible. So let's take a step back for a second. If you've been hanging out with me on my channel for a while, you know I love goals. I love goal setting, and I love habits, and I love productivity and routines and going after our dreams and using our planners to do it. I've been sucking at that lately, real bad. And I need to redefine what success means to me to be able to get back to basics and forgive myself for shortcomings. I don't want to say failings, and just find a way to begin again. So some of you may or may not know that in October of 2021, I got really sick with COVID, really sick. And I am yet to feel fully better. I have yet to feel back to 100% and like myself fully again. Yep, March of 2023, and I am not back to my old self yet. And that's really freaking tough. It's hard to deal with, especially for someone like me who doesn't handle self-care very well, and sitting still and letting my body heal. I'm just not very good at that. So as you can imagine, I have spent the last couple of years almost lying to myself about the fact that I am well when I haven't been. And I've created this scenario for myself where on paper it looks like I'm failing because I keep making these huge lists, these huge goals, and I just can't check them all off. So where the problem lies for me is I have chronic asthma and scar tissue on my lungs from having pneumonia in my life twice. And COVID really severely affected my breathing, and it's very difficult for me to accomplish the most basic of tasks without choking and wheezing. But I've been telling myself, and I've been writing in my planner, that I can do it this whole time, and it's been a lie. So I sat down the other day and I made a list of things that I can do for myself to get back to basic, to return to normal again, because I have reached a point in my life where I am getting medical help that seems to be working, and I am slowly feeling better because I'm admitting to myself that I have to walk before I can run, that I have to get back on my own 2 feet before I can lace those boots to hike up the mountain of big goals and dreams. So basically, like I said, I've redefined what success means to me at this point in my health and well-being, in my mental health, in my life, all of those things. I redefined success. And if you're in the same place as me, part of redefining success right now is forgiveness, and letting go of the past, again, not failures, the past lists on the paper that we weren't able to accomplish for entirely legitimate and understandable reasons. So we're going to give ourselves grace, we're going to let all that go, and we're going to go forward from here. And we're going to have a successful spring because we've changed what success means. And I'm going to do this for the entire roughly 90 days, give or take. I think the season of spring is like 92 or 93 days. I'm starting this early because I want to get started on Sunday, not on the first day of spring. So I'll just be a couple of days early. And this is also why I wanted to show this to you guys now, just in case you get some ideas or inspiration and you want to set yourself up for a successful spring as well. Okay, so let's talk about this. Where I got started with this idea, with this plan, was down here in my focus on section. So these are the top priorities for me, the things that I want to focus on throughout the season of spring. So I want to prioritize my mental and physical health, prioritize my dreams, focus on home life and building life skills with the kiddos, keeping my physical space clear and organized, avoiding news and negativity and seeking joy instead, processing grief, and release and let go. So some of you also may or may not know that even before COVID happened back in 2019, 7 of my family members passed away. Some of them, we knew that these loved ones were sick and we would be losing them. Others were very tragic, very shocking, and a situation where we didn't get to say goodbye. And those are things that I've been carrying around with me all this time, not processing in any way, shape, or form, because I mean, gosh, we left 2019 and launched right into a pandemic. So it's been a lot, as I'm sure it has been for so many of you as well. So that's why getting back to basic, normal, whatever normal is, but basic, baseline, just a regular routine and feeling like ourselves again. It's important. It's important, you guys. Okay, so I wrote down the things that I want to focus on, and then I took them up here. And basically what I did in the yellow highlighter and the blue dots, I wrote down the priority, each thing that I want to focus on. I listed it out, like I can prioritize this by doing this. So for example, I can prioritize my mental and physical health by getting my heart rate up every single day, drinking my water, giving up white sugar and coffee. This is not a number on the scale. This is not a hard workout routine. This is not trying to lose weight, be super strong and fit. Nuh-uh. I need to get back to the bare minimum. And be honest with myself. And feeling healthy at this point in my life just means getting my heart rate up every single day, taking my vitamins, drinking my water, and giving up the things that I know are not effectively fueling my body. So I did all of that for each one of the categories. I can do this by doing this. I can do that by doing this. And then in the yellow dots underneath each of them, I listed out the tools I already have access to in my life at my disposal, or in support of my priorities that I can reach for or that I can reach out to. So things like access to workout equipment, access to clean water, access to vitamins and healthcare and good food, and those sort of things. Those are tools that I already have at my disposal and to my advantage to be able to work on this. It's pretty basic stuff, but sometimes we don't even realize the tools that we have in our toolbox to get going. And sometimes we don't realize that we have a support system behind us, that there are people in our lives just waiting for us to say, hey, you know what? I actually do need help, which is something that I've had to learn as well. I do not ask for help, you guys. Ask for help. So, like I said, I did one of those for every single one of my priorities of things that I want to focus on, and then I listed out the routine. So the routine I am going to be tracking in this planner, as well as condensing it and carrying it over into my Passion Planner Daily as well, which I will quickly share with you guys at the end. But I am going to be doing a water and vitamin tracker. That is something that I'm going to be tracking on a daily basis in my Passion Planner Daily, but I am going to carry it over into this planner as well. Then the zeros list. I'm calling it the zeros list so that I don't have to write out every single one of them from day to day, week to week. In this planner, I am just going to write the zeros and then check mark every single day that I accomplished it. So the zeros list basically means zero sugar, sugar as in like junk food and treats and things like that. If I'm making like a recipe that calls for a tablespoon of sugar or something like that, then I'm not going to eliminate that. But junk food, treats, things like that, sugary coffee, that kind of thing, that's on my zero list. My zero list also includes zero social media, meaning like Instagram or things like that. I deleted my Instagram app about a month ago. So zero social media or doomsday scrolling, zero negative news, and seeking out political commentary, things of that nature until I get well again. If you absolutely cannot avoid doing those things, if this is something that you'd like to add to your list of goals, but you absolutely cannot avoid the news, you just have to know what's going on, maybe find someone in your life who could filter it for you. We can scroll through hundreds of dreadful news headlines in a very short period of time without even realizing it, and then we're carrying that around on our shoulders for the rest of the day, the rest of the week, the rest of the year. And some people in your life might even tell you, if you don't watch the news, if you don't listen to what's going on in the world, you don't care. Not true. That's not true at all. In fact, most of us can't listen to the news or watch it or check it because we care so much. So the best thing we can do for the world and our families and those around us is to get well first. And then we can go out into the world. So that's my zeros list. And like I said, I am going to track them in my daily planner that I'm doing them all. But back in the weekly, I'm just going to have a weekly habit tracker sticker and check each day of the week that I avoided the zeros. Next is story work for 5 days a week. So again, my writing is something that I have been completely dishonest with myself about, and I have consistently set unrealistic goals all this time while not feeling well, and then I don't accomplish them by the end of the day, week, month, quarter, and then I hate myself for it. So I am changing again what success means to me, and as long as I am putting some effort toward my writing for 5 days a week, then I'm going to be happy with that. So that can be actually trying to accomplish a word count, sitting down and writing every single day, or working on some world building in a notebook, developing a character further, going onto Pinterest and adding to my inspiration board, creating a playlist, that sort of thing. As long as I'm not abandoning it entirely, as long as I'm not, out of sight, out of mind and giving up on it, then I'm going to be happy with the efforts I can make toward it in the next 90 days. I may surprise myself too. If I'm being realistic with myself, I might actually be able to go further. The next one is cleaning and organizing schedule. Again, something I lie to myself about, say that I can accomplish a whole bunch of things. I make a list of like 12 things I can clean in a day, and then I don't get it done, and I go to bed furious with myself. So I'm going to start assigning cleaning and organizing things to days of the week. So like, for example, Monday can be deep cleaning the bathrooms and catching up on laundry. Tuesday can be deep cleaning the refrigerator and organizing the kitchen drawers and the pantry, like that sort of thing. It's, just an example. Next is journaling and gratitude. So I want to journal this whole process in here, as well as track my gratitude again. That's something that I do on a regular basis anyway, but I want to do it on a bigger scale. Not just a little list of things that I'm grateful for, but like things that I'm really appreciative that are in my life, or small things that make me happy, random things, just all of it, just all of the gratitude, and tracking the good stuff as well. Tracking the good stuff that happens for us in our lives, but also good things in the world, good news, that kind of thing. Anything that is positive and joyful. I'm seeking the joy, you guys. So I'm going to track those things as well. And then lastly, for this routine and this whole spring of success system that I'm setting up, I'm doing the 1 for every 10 rule. So because I'm a human being and because I need to be realistic and get back to baseline and be honest with myself, I'm setting up forgiveness days, or I guess forgiveness moments, basically. So for every 10 days of this 90-day period, I'm gonna forgive myself for one thing. I'm going to try to not use them, but if I do, I'm just going to forgive myself and let it go and not beat myself up over it. So there's going to be 9 of them. Because it's 90 days and 1 for every 10 days. So there's going to be 9 opportunities to make a mistake, basically. So if I miss one of the zeros, if I have a cup of coffee, if I have a treat, then I just take one of the tokens away and then I'm left with 8. If I skip a day of getting my heart rate up and drinking the water, taking my vitamins, one of those, then I take away one of my forgiveness tokens and then I move down to 7. So that sort of thing. Hopefully that makes sense, but that's the system that I'm going with. Just so that I can forgive myself, give myself grace, and move on. And there will be 9 of them, so hopefully I don't use them up and spend them all in one place, all on the first day. But that's sort of the system that I'm putting in place, because if I know I can forgive myself for something, it will be easier, instead of being like, oh my gosh, I failed on something, this whole thing is ruined, it's all over with, I might as well not even keep trying. That's very dramatic, but I have been known to do that. So yeah, just forgiveness system in place. All right, so that's it for the whole setup of this. If you guys have any questions about it, totally feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to share any information that I can or answer your questions down there. But now I'm going to show you guys how I'm actually going to use this setup from week to week in this planner as well as in my daily. So here is the first week of spring, the upcoming week. As I've mentioned previously, I do have a Sunday start for this planner because it is for wellness, and I like to set my intentions and what I'm hoping for and going for into the week on Sundays. So that's why I have a Sunday start. So from week to week in this planner, I am going to carry over my priorities. I'm going to put them here every single week so I know what my priorities are, so I know that what I want to focus on. It's going to be right there. It's going to be with me every single week, week to week, until spring is over. But hopefully this is so effective, I just keep it going. Then across from that, I'm going to put my intentions, what I'm actually going to do or what my plans are for these priorities this week. So for example, if I want to focus on my physical and mental health, I can, not if I want to, I don't have a choice. I have to. But one of the plans could be that we're gonna go on a hike or go fishing or go to the dog park or something like that. So I'm gonna list the plans that I'm making for these priorities over here. And then I am going to make sure I'm journaling up here, but also making sure that these things actually happen. So I'm going to journal about how I'm feeling and how this is working for me, journal the positives and what's bringing me joy, but also tracking that these things are actually happening as well. Saturday is going to be my gratitude day, unless there's something that happens, something that comes up that I want to journal about. For the most part, Saturdays are going to be where I list out the gratitude, because this is going to be the actual end of the week for me. And then down here in this bottom section, I'm going to put just a basic week-long habit tracker sticker. So this one says making it a habit, and it has the 7 circles for the 7 days of the week. And this is just where I'm going to come in and fill in the circle for the zeros. I'm going to track them in finer detail in my Passion Planner daily, but in here I am going to fill in the circle that yes, I did accomplish not having things or doing things from my zero list. And that's pretty much it for now for how I'm going to be using it from week to week in this planner. Like I said, more finer detail in the daily, but I am going to transfer things back into here as well. Like the fact that yes, I did work out. Yes, I did drink the water, take my vitamins, all those things. Maybe I'll do a weekly wrap up down here, or I might swap actually and do a weekly wrap up on Saturday and list my gratitude down here. We'll see how it goes for the first week, and I can check back in with you guys and let you know how it went if you want an update. But let's really quick take a look at this is today in my Passion Planner Daily. Lots of stickers. But like I said, in here is where I'm going to be keeping track of my water, my vitamins, my workouts, the workout I did, or not necessarily a workout, but the fact that I got my heart rate up, what I did, how I did it, how I felt afterward. I'm going to keep track of that in here as well. I'm also going to keep track of my cleaning and organizing routines in here. I'm going to call them the 5 or something like that, because I want to choose just 5 things for my cleaning and organizing. And then when that gets done, that's it. So I may assign sections of my house to the days of the week instead of laundry or deep cleaning the pantry, like that kind of thing. I still have to nail down my cleaning, but I am going to streamline a full schedule for that so I'm not getting overwhelmed. But I'm going to choose just 5 heavy tasks to do in a day and just be happy with that. And just once it's done, it's done. And I can relax, and I'm going to get started on them first thing and just pump it out instead of, because once I start, I keep going. So instead of like, oh, I need to do this, 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 and then I have 14 things, and then I have a completely unrealistic day. We're going to go with just 5. I'm also going to work on saying something positive about myself every single day, just in a tiny little box, just one nice thing. And of course, I am going to keep using my hourly schedule because our kiddos are homeschooled and because there is a lot that I still want to accomplish while being realistic. So I'm going to plan the night before or the morning of and be realistic and honest with myself, and set a good plan and carry my priorities along with me. So that is how I am giving myself grace and beginning again for the season of spring. Let me know if you're going to give something like this a try as well. All of the items that you saw in my planner, all the stickers and washi tape, and these planners as well will be linked down in the description below for you guys if you want to check them out. But I so appreciate you hanging out with me for this one. If you need a support system, I am here. Leave what your plans and intentions are and what you need down in the comments below, and I will catch up with you guys there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this one. I will see you in my next one. Tell your dog I said hi. Bye, guys.